Hello guys and welcome to a new video. Today I've got my pre-combine big board. So right now we're in day 2 of the combine. We're just getting in some interviews. Nothing really that important yet. So I'm gonna show my final big board. I've been working on it up to the last minute before the combine. And here it is. So number 1, I've got Aiden Hutchinson. I lean Hutch over KT, but I think it is extremely close. 1A, 1B really. And it is closer than some people are saying. I really think it is. There is not much dividing these two. I just think Aiden Hutchinson is more of a locker room leader. That's what's being said, and I really do value that. Number 3, and we'll go ahead and do 4, Kyle Hamilton, safety out of Notre Dame. I really like this guy. And positional value is a thing, right? Safety, not highly valued in the NFL. But this guy is such a beast. he is gonna be a top safety. So he's my third guy. Then I got Evan Neal, and I'm gonna do 5 as well. Ike Aquanu. These two guys are really close. These are another 1A, 1B on the tackle board. They are really close. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I'm leaning Evan Neal right now, but that is really subject to change. It's all going to depend on how they test out and what I see over the coming days, honestly, because they are really close. In the combine, it shouldn't be your full evaluation, but for guys who both look really solid on tape, it can be that tiebreaker. That's what it should be used for. Number 6, Sauce Gardner out of Cincinnati. So he is my CB1. It's close, but he is my CB1, and he was so shut down at Cincinnati, and it was from freshman season on, man. He was shut down. I don't think he's let up a touchdown in his entire college career, if I'm not mistaken. He is insane. He is just really good. Love what I see from him. And then 7, Derek Stingley. So the concerns with him are warranted. Injury and production was down last year, but I think as long as everything checks out at the combine with his ankle, he's a top 10 guy easily. And I've got him here at 7, and it's close between him and Sauce. I do give Sauce the edge, but he's really good as well. He's gonna make a team happy. Then I got Charles Cross. So I feel like some people are too low on Charles Cross, and maybe I'm too high. I saw Daniel Jeremiah came out with his big board, and he's got him 20s, I think, something like that. I know his mock draft had him in the 20s, so and even had Trevor Penning going before him. And I don't see it. I think Charles Cross is so good in pass pro, and I think he's got the potential to get really better. Not really good, but better in the run game. And if he does, his upside might be the most out of any of the tackles in this class, which is insane to think about. 9, Trayvon Burks. So he is my wide receiver 1, just barely. And that is very subject to change because this combine, the 40s, it might be, the combine's very important for receivers. So it'll be interesting to see how he tests out. I'm kind of predicting him to test out like a beast, especially for his size. So that's why he's here at 9. 10, Tyler Linderbaum. He's been falling, I feel like, in a lot of mock drafts recently. I still think he's a top 10 guy. He is such a beast at center. He's just going to lock down the position for years to come. I mean, positional value, sure, but he is so good. 11, Garrett Wilson. All right, this is another wide receiver who just looks really good. He's an all-around wide receiver. He really is. Just really no holes in his game, which is his advantage. It'll be interesting to see how fast he is in the 40, but I don't think it's going to change how I view him too much. 12, Drake London. This is a guy who has rose up my board recently. I mean, just watching him again, the way he just wins. He really does. He just wins. And some people are saying that he's going to surprise us in the 40. And if that happens, he's probably wide receiver 1 for me. If he surprises me, runs 4.4, like some people are saying, crap. Oh man, he's wide receiver 1. Devin Lloyd. So this is a guy at Utah who's just fun to watch. He's all over, sideline to sideline, making plays, great pre-snap, a good leader. He's just a really, really good linebacker, man. He looked really good. 14 to Kobe Dean out of Georgia. A guy similar, but I don't think he has quite as much high-end traits as Devin Lloyd, which is why I give him the advantage. I think Devin Lloyd is going to be a special kind of linebacker. And Kobe Dean's going to be great, but not special, right? There's a difference. David Ajabo. All right, it is really close in this edge class, and I'm giving Ajabo the edge just because I think his upside is just so insane that you've got to give him the edge, right? I in my opinion, you give him a chance because if he lives up to what he could be, oh man. Now he might be only a passing downs guy immediately, right? First season, but if he can work on the run game, oh my goodness, this guy could be really insane. Trent McDuffie, corner out of Washington. So definitely CB3 in this class, and I don't think it's particularly close. Honestly, I think he could be higher up on this board if there weren't some good players ahead. He could be though, and it's going to depend on how he tests out. Size is a little bit of a concern, but I don't think it's going to end up with any issues. He's just a really good corner out of Washington, and there's another one maybe show up later. 17 George Karlaftis. So I've fallen on him a little bit recently, and I don't know. I think I just want to see him test out good. And I don't know how high the ceiling is with him, is my biggest concern. I think he's a plug and play guy. His game's going to translate pretty well, but I'm not sure the physical. I don't know. I don't know how good he is physically. I want to see that. Trayvon Walker, this is a guy who's the opposite. He is super raw, but super athletic. I mean, maybe the most athletic edge in this class. He is insane for his size. Like, maybe the most athletic player in this class, just for his size, right? Like, pound for pound. Holy crap, this guy is insane. So you're drafting him for the upside, not for what he is right now. 19 Malik Willis. Malik Willis is my QB1, but it is extremely close. And he's only here because if he lives up to what he could be great, right? It's just if he'll be there. 20 Jermaine Johnson. This is guy's plug and play. I mean, he is ready to go and help a team win now. He's going to be great, super high floor. I'm not sure how high the ceiling is. Once again, I want to see how he tests out. See if he's going to have the high floor as well with the physical tools. Jameson Williams, best burner in the class, I think. I think he's the best deep threat in the class. I think he's going to test out like a beast. It's going to be fast. I do think it's close between him and Olave, though. Olave could be the best deep threat in this class, and I think it's going to depend on how they test out once again for that tiebreaker. Kenyan Green, they have him at interior offensive line. I think he can play tackle. He's my offensive tackle for maybe a guard year one, but I think he can be the long-term solution at tackle for a team. Sam Howell, my QB2, he is here because he's only 20 years old, right? He is younger than all these other guys coming in, and you gotta love that. I mean, he's playing at a similar level to these other guys, on par with them, and he's 2 years younger, right? I mean, you've gotta love that. Chris Olave, this guy is shifty. He's route running is great. He gets open. I mean, that's the thing with Chris Olave. He just gets open, and supposed to be faster than Garrett Wilson, like 4.3 fast. So that'll be interesting to see. Andrew Booth Jr. This is another physical specimen, man. He's really good physically. Needs to work up on some other stuff, but CB4 for me, but not close to Trent McDuffie. I think there's a separate tier after those top three guys. Zion Johnson. So we saw Zion Johnson at the Senior Bowl, and his work ethic was just there. He was staying after, working on center, and I love that. I absolutely love that mentality. I think he's gonna be a great guard, just a great guard, man. That's what he is. He can play center, maybe he'll be learning it on the fly, but I think he could. Trevor Penning out at UNI. This guy he is fierce. He is physical, gets down and dirty. And I like that. I think the NFL is going to like that. And I don't think he's higher than back into the first round, though. Maybe the NFL is going to be higher on him. You could see him go higher. He could go mid to even early first round just because the NFL is going to be higher on him than me, probably just because they really like that mentality, I think. At least that's what I'm hearing, like seeing. Like Daniel Jeremiah says it, and he's a guy I trust. Jordan Davis, he is one of the more interesting prospects because I could see him going top 15, and I could see him sneaking out of the first round. He's really good in the run. The question is, how high is his pass rush potential? I don't think it's that high. That's why I've got him here at 28. 29, Desmond Reagor. This is a guy who could go a lot higher than people think. He could be QB1 easily. The athleticism is something people are not talking about with Desmond Reagor. He is way more athletic. I think he's going to test out a lot better than some people might assume. Kaiir Elam, cornerback out of Florida. This is a guy that I've seen some people falling on him in like the 50s, and I just don't see it. I think he could easily sneak into the first round. Easily, I think he's a first round talent. Maybe not in a better draft class, but in this draft class, I think he is. 31, Bernhard Ryman, almost a lock for the first round in my opinion, just because tackle is such an important position. There's so many teams needy. Like the Bengals at 31 actually picking. Oh man, I really like that selection. He's raw. He really is, and he's not going to come in immediately. You'd have to sign someone in free agency probably. But he played tight end. He's got the athleticism, and he's got tons of room to grow. 32 to Monte White, a hot riser for me, right? I mean, he is on the tails of Jordan Davis, and I could easily see him surpassing him. Like I've seen a lot of people who have him as interior D line 1, and I'm starting to agree. He looks really good. Brian Asamoah, my linebacker 3, he is just a field general, man. He really is. He's great pre-snap, and he's great in coverage, man. He really is. I mean, against the run, he needs to work on his physicality, but I mean, just great linebacker in my opinion. 34, Jaquan Brisker, Penn State. My safety 2, although it is very close between him and this guy Daxton Hill out of Michigan. They both look great. This is another position where I think it's just a tiebreaker. See who's physically testing out. And I've heard some people say that Daxton Hill is going to test out like a beast. So that'll be something to watch for. 36, Johan Dawson out of Penn State. He is a guy who could easily sneak into the first round. I've seen him walk to the Dolphins a bunch, and I like it. He's shifty. He's a good route runner. I mean, he can get open. That's what you want. Roger McCreary out of Auburn. So this guy is facing some size concerns, but I think early second round is definitely good for him. Matt Corral. This is a guy, you want to take a chance on him in the second round. I like it. Him and Kenny Pickett are very close for me, and I think I just want to see them test out. Kenny Pickett, I was higher on him. That Senior Bowl performance, though, I had to drop him down a little bit. It shouldn't be the end all be all right, but I do think it matters. Maybe not as much as some people are saying, but I had a late first round, now I'm early second round for him. But he could easily bring that back up, easily. And Matt Corral, I don't think he's testing at the combine. I could be wrong, but I think we're going to have to wait for the pro day on him. Perrion Winfrey, huge riser after the Senior Bowl, right? Senior Bowl MVP as well. He looked great. He really did. Secured himself interior D-line 3. Jalen Petrie out of Baylor. This has been a hot riser recently. I saw his name and I was like, ooh, who? So I went back and holy crap, he is really good. Past my other safety I was really high on, not with this one, but in the next one, yeah, Lewis Seen. I really like him. He's an aggressive tackler, man. He is just fun to watch out of Georgia. That whole Georgia defense was just fun to watch. Then we got Kyler Gordon in between them, a great corner with a lot of upside. I think he could go. He's a guy to watch at the combine. He really is. George Pickens, another guy to watch at the combine if he's fully healthy. He actually, that was one big thing to come from the interviews. He said he was fully healthy, and he didn't look at the end of the year there at Georgia. But if he is here at the combine, he could test out like a beast and could easily get a top 20 grade, I'd say. I really do. Definitely don't see him slipping out of the top 50, though. No way. Chad Muma, linebacker out of Wyoming, I believe. He is good. He is good against the run. Needs to work on coverage, but just really sound tackler. Just really good guy. Physical. Not amazing physicality. There does need to be some work, but like better than a Brian Asamoah. Travis Jones, the best nose tackle in this class. I mean, you're gonna get exactly what you expect from him. Is how I'm feeling. Kingsley Nagbari, a guy who, if you're drafting him, you're drafting him for the upside, the physical tools, the traits that you like. There's some traits you don't like. Doesn't have a big bag of tricks whenever it comes to pass rushing moves, but what he does good. All right, so that is valuable. 48 Christian Harris, linebacker out of Alabama. He's an interesting prospect. I like what he can do. He's an all-around linebacker, but I just don't think he's going to be elite at the next level. That's the problem. His game's going to translate well, but not to the elite level. Then you got Boye Mafe. This is another guy to watch. He could be a big riser. I think he could sneak into the first round. All these edge guys in the second round, one of them's going to make the next jump to the next level, man. It's going to be one of them. I don't know who, but one of them will. And then we got Sky Moore. So I'm a little lower on him than I've seen some people, and I'm a little higher on him than I've seen some others. But he just looks solid to me. And this wide receiver class, it's got some depth, and he is one of them. He's really looked pretty good. I don't know. I just don't think he's as elite as some people are saying. He's not as good as a George Pickens. Even like I think there's some separation between that tier and this next one. But I think that's all I've got for this video. Check out part 2, which will probably come out tomorrow because that'll have 51 through 100. But this video is just way too long. So anyways, that's all I've got for you guys. I'll see you next time. Peace.